met my wife at a dance that I had walked into quite unexpectedly. Saw her sitting in a corner, and she looked a little bit befuddled, like she didn't want to dance with anybody that she saw there. And I asked her to dance, and we danced a couple of times. And I said to her, "You want to get out of here?" She said, "I'd love to." So I said, "Are you hungry?" She said, "I'm starving." So I took her into Boston. We went to the Playboy Club. I had a Playboy key at that time, and I was being, I was showing off. And she ordered a filet, had a drink, then we got in the car, we took a ride, and we went to Cranes Beach. Because I knew at Cranes Beach, at that time of the year, deer walked around on the beach. And she was enthralled with the idea of seeing all these deer come up to the car. And we started to date after that. And as we got more and more involved as a couple, I said to her, "We should live together." She said, "I don't do that." I said, "Well, maybe we should get married." She said, "I do that."
My aunt, who did not know my husband, and his cousin, who did not know me, decided we were both getting old and it was time that we got married, both of us, and that we would be a perfect match. So they fixed us up. And the night we were supposed to meet and go out on a date, 2 days before, I got a call from New York. I had been in New York and had an opportunity to be on Password. So I sent him a note and said, "I'm sorry, I'm going to have to postpone because I'm going to New York to be on Password." He called up, he said, "Fine, we'll reschedule." And he sent me a note and he signed it "as ever." And when I got that, I said to my friends, "I don't want to see this guy. Why did he write 'as ever'? We have never met. He's got to be a nerd. He should have written 'as never.'" However, we met 2 weeks later. This was in April. We were engaged in May and married in August. So I guess it was meant to be.
I met my wife, Valerie, on a blind date in Washington, D.C. And we hit it off on the very first date. But she was actually visiting from Massachusetts, and so we had a long-distance relationship for quite a while. And I guess a little funny story is that I think you hear about men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Probably after about the third date, commuting back and forth from Massachusetts to Washington, she asked me. She said, "Jesse, I want to know do you see a future in this relationship? Because we're traveling and I'm not getting any younger." And being a guy, I'm thinking, yeah, I could see 2 or 3 more dates. Meanwhile, I guess she's thinking the rest of her life. So I said, "Yeah, I see a future." And sure enough, we did have a future, and we ended up getting married not that long afterwards.
I met my husband at a bar, and he asked me to dance, and I thought he was nice looking, and I said yes. And then he spoke to me, and I thought he was a complete dud. He couldn't really talk very well. And he asked me to dinner, and then we had dinner like 3 nights later, and I decided I would go out with him. And then he turned out to be hilarious. And that's why I was attracted to him, because he's made me laugh. We've been married since 1977, so it hasn't been a dull moment every day of my life. He makes me laugh all the time.